Welcome and welcome back. Just wanted to do a quick live and share my thoughts on this topic. I realized something, and I feel like a lot of people struggle with this. If this video found you, it's probably not for nothing. It's probably for a reason. You'll probably be able to resonate with what I'm about to say. And it's just that you probably aren't toxic enough for them. And it's just that simple. It's just that simple. That's why they don't include you, okay? Talking about friends, talking about groups of people, right? That's why, or I should say friends, okay? Not real friends, but groups of people that you may associate with. That's why they don't include you, okay? That's why they feel potentially, potentially judged by you. That's why those men might like the way you look, think they might want to be involved with you in one way or another, but just doesn't do it for them. That's why they leave you alone. That's why they leave you alone. That's why when you try to do the right thing and you're dating somebody and you guys are having some type of issue, you're having some type of disagreement, and you want to talk through it, you're like healthy, you're trying to communicate, you're trying to you know, understand them, and you're like this person who's genuinely just like good, you know? That's why they sabotage. That's why they do a whole bunch of nonsense. That's why they cannot receive it. It's boring for them. Okay? It's boring for them. That's why these people can't just be happy. They can't just be open to just enjoying the moment, enjoying your friendship, enjoying your presence, enjoying just being together. That's why they can't do it. It's too boring for them. They need that. They need that constant up and down and anxiety and emotional dysregulation, and they need the drama. That's why they try to start drama with you. And you're like, what? What? Hey, Saran. I'm giving you a shout out. Thanks, Saran. That's why you are too you're just you're boring. You're boring for them. They need the toxicity. They need the drama. They cannot just deal with having a good friend. They can't just deal with having somebody that's has a sound mind and who is gonna see something strange and actually call it out. See, that's another thing. Okay, the gaslighting when you're around a certain level of people, toxic people, they try to make you feel like you are wrong for pointing out the strangeness in the behavior, the strangeness in the dynamics. Yeah, those aren't your people. Those aren't your people. Hey, Cypress. Hey, Fly to My Dream. Welcome in, everybody. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Okay. Even in relationships, a lot of people, we don't realize how many people are so addicted to their own suffering, are so just enthralled and so just 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 in it. They're in this toxic loop, this loop of just constant drama, toxicity, and that's like that's where they feel comfortable. That's where they thrive. Okay? That's where they need to be. They need to be with somebody who can feed that into their life so that they feel okay. It's normal for them. It's their happy place, okay? It's what they need. It's what they want at the end of the day. They're not gonna say that to you. Nobody's ever gonna say this to you, okay? But you're over here, you're doing all this work, and when I'm talking about you, I'm also talking about me because I've been dealing with this. Okay? Can't really do the people pleasing thing. You know? If you see something strange, you know, say something, or at least, you know, I get it. Everybody's sensitive. I get it. People don't want to feel like, you know, you don't like what they have to say or like what their choices are in life or whatever the case may be, but who cares? Who cares? Your opinion shouldn't really mean that much to somebody who is not you. Just like somebody might have something to say about the way you live your life or how you choose to move. But if they're not in your shoes, then what does it matter? Okay, everybody's gonna have an opinion as much as people try to say they don't. I know everybody tries to, oh, I'm just okay with everything and everybody's gonna do what they want to do and la di da, rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. Yeah, well, can't do it. I can't sit around and act like something's okay when it's not. You know what I mean? Or pretend like, oh, that's fine. That's cool. I don't care. I'm unbothered, right? I'm unbothered. I can't stand the unbothered movement sometimes. Sometimes you need to be bothered, okay? Bothered enough to remove yourself, okay? Okay. Hey, everybody in the chat. Siam, Astro. Thank you so much. Astro says they love my hair. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Quiet. Yeah. Honestly, the whole unbothered thing, it's like, okay, we know you're bothered. And guess what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be bothered about some things in this life. Okay? We're human beings. We're going through this human experience. And certain times and sometimes places, people, things, they're going to bother us. And it is okay. It is okay. We're growing, we're learning, nobody is ever going to be perfect. But when you are in situations and around people and dealing with either situations or people or relationships, whatever you want to call it. Okay, thanks, Wyatt. He says I love your hair and I love your voice. Appreciate you. Thanks so much. um you're dealing with these people and you're dealing with these environments and they're not going to like you. They're not going to gel with you. Okay? You're on a different path. You actually want to walk with your eyes wide open. You actually want to see when something is not aligned. You actually want to acknowledge when, you know, this person is saying one thing and doing another. You're not so unbothered that you're just going to sit there and act like you're unaffected. Like everything is just supposed to be peachy keen when it's not, and be mistreated and people please and, do all that crap for the sake of what? To be liked, to be accepted. You're not toxic enough. You are not toxic enough. And that I had this realization like a few days ago. And that's okay, Wyatt. I'm gonna have it posted up on the channel, so you are good. Um, it's it is what it is. You're not toxic enough. You're not toxic enough, and it's okay. You were never meant to be that way, and they may not be that way forever either. Everybody's growing and everybody's changing and learning and moving. Doing doing better for themselves and at their own pace, growing, and like I said, their eyes are opening at their own pace. We're all on our own journey in this life, but I just came on here to tell you. That's what it is. You are not toxic enough, and that is why you are having a hard time trying to keep certain relationships, trying to maintain certain acquaintanceships, certain friendships, be in certain groups, okay? Oh, let's not even start with the job, okay? Let's not even go there, okay? Even if, and this is something that I've experienced several times over, even if you don't say a thing, even if you come into work, you have a positive demeanor about you, you try to get along with people, they still won't like you or they won't gel with you. You know why? Because you're not toxic enough. So many people you don't that's one thing that I have really come to see in this life is a lot of people, they love their own suffering, they love their own misery, and they want you to be miserable with them. They cannot accept that you are a person who actively wants to be better, who actively tries to be better for yourself, who's on a different path when it comes to your self-development and your self-love and what you choose to do and what you choose to accept, the standards that you have set for yourself in your life. They can't accept that because they don't do that for their own selves in their own lives. You start talking about you could start talking about anything. You could start talking about how much fun you had over the weekend. That's a problem. That's a problem, ma'am. Okay? That's a problem, sir. Okay? Because somebody can't say the same. So they're looking at you funny. You can start talking about now and even it's crazy because even if you start talking about your problems, right? You try to fit in, you try to be toxic, you try to, do what they do, right? You start talking bad about other people, you start talking bad about, you know, um, certain circumstances, life, the job, this person, that person, whatever the case. Um, Almost like they see right through that. They still won't accept you. They still won't like you. You are just not toxic enough. You are not toxic enough. Now, I understand sometimes, especially when it comes to work, and even sometimes in family, we feel like we have to play the game. We feel like we have to give in a little bit to some of these types of people so that we can keep the peace, right? A lot of us, come from a background of people pleasing. I know I do. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it. We're not just talking about you're not toxic enough. We're talking about when you understand how different you are from most people just because simply because you want better for yourself in your own life and you are choosing better actively every day with the decisions that you make in just every area of life. Not to say you're perfect, nobody's perfect. I know we're all on our own paths and journeys, like I said, but at the same time, your mind is working differently than most people. You've got to understand that. And you don't have to say anything about it. You're immediately you're going to be seen as different. You are going to be seen as not one of them. It is what it is. Now start talking and you may be villainized. You may be villainized. You actually believe that life is good. Life is great. There's potential in this life to do something great. You don't subscribe to those ideas that, oh, money is so hard to make, and oh, life is so hard, and oh, you can't have, all the things that you want. You can't have that in this life. You gotta choose. You either gotta have money. I remember I was in a conversation once, with a group of people that it was so random. It was so random. But I ended up, out to dinner with these people and that was a conversation that actually came up. It's like, well, in this life you can't have everything. You can't have like a happy life and your health and money. Like, if you have money, then it's like you have to have another struggle. If you have this other struggle, then you can't have money. And if you have this other struggle, then you can't have money and you can't have health. It's like, who like you really believe that? Like, you really believe that? That was genuinely what I said. Like, I don't believe that. And oh boy, here come the people. Ooh, like I just cussed everybody out or something. Okay? So I just agreed with him. I was like, "Oh, okay. Oh, I understand. Yeah, yeah. That's good for you in your life. Congratulations. You can keep that. Okay? Like Mina says, argue for your limitations, you get to keep them. There you go. Oh my gosh, Shelby. I don't even know, honey. I don't know. But if this video found you, all I can say is, if you are wondering what the problem is, if you are wondering why you're dealing with this, why people are reacting to you this way, why they don't like you, why they're not interested, why this and why that and why, you are simply not toxic enough. You are not toxic enough. Especially if you're somebody like me and you be calling this stuff out. Now, a lot of times I see some things and I just stay quiet and I mind my own and but when it start coming, when you want to come, you know what I'm saying? And it becomes a little too close to home. That's when I have to say something, and I don't like to disrespect people, right? I don't, because I also don't like to be disrespected, but I don't I'm not going to just, stand by if I really, if we're in a conversation or if something is happening and it is not something that I feel is, good for me or aligned for me, or I feel the need that, okay, no, I do need to speak my piece in this matter, I'm going to do that. Wasn't always like that, by the way. Wasn't always like that. I yeah, I come from a background of people pleasing, like I said. I come from a background of passive aggressive behaviors, anxious attachment style over here, actively, working towards being more and more and more secure. I would say I'm more secure now than I've ever been, ever. Jean Francois, thank you. That's why I come to YouTube. That's what I'm here for. Yeah. But yeah, that was the message. That was the message. Yeah, I would say I'm more secure now probably than I've ever been. I've learned a lot. Even in the last year, I've learned a lot, but it never stops. Self development never stops. We are all on this journey, moving through this jiggy jungle all together. Okay. And I love you guys for watching. I hope that the message helped, somebody out there. I know I didn't just come on every time I come on live. I know I'm not just coming on for myself. I know that I'm coming on to share, a message that is going to help somebody, whether you're watching this in the replay or you came on the live. um yeah, a lot of times we look at ourselves and we wonder why we're different, or why this or why that, why people, treat us in certain ways, why we have, certain issues in relationships and etc. But one thing I've realized, because I've been doing this work, just self-development work in general, my entire life. Okay, Sometimes it's just as simple as that. You're just not toxic enough. You're not toxic enough for the family member, you're not toxic enough for the friend group, you're not toxic enough for the man. They need that toxicity to keep that relationship alive. Okay? That's the message. I've been talking for 20 minutes, but I hope that, you know, you guys you guys are so funny in the chat. I'm like, okay, what when they say this message can be held for review, I always just like don't look at them right away. LOL. Anyway, all right, y'all. I'm gonna love you and leave you. Mwah. Okay? Don't be toxic. Okay? Don't be toxic. All right. Bye, guys.